Hello everybody and welcome to iDPS. iDPS means I diagnose and proffer solutions. My name is Olumayowa Victor Ogunshola and today I will be talking about something interesting for everybody because we need to have this document, this special document every time. Today I will be talking about effective CV writing. So I will be telling us how to write an internationally acceptable CV, how to write a standardized CV that will get us that job that we are looking for. So today it's about CV writing. Let's enjoy. If you come with me to the whiteboard, please, you will see that I have prepared on the whiteboard all the, let me put it as sub-headings that you need to find on your CV. Okay, which means your CV needs to start with your name and your name in full. That must be the first thing that we see on your CV. And then followed by your name, your address has to be on the CV. Okay, and then your mobile number so that they can get in touch with you at any point in time, as well as your email, okay, your functional mobile number and your functional email. And then also you can put your LinkedIn profile, the link of your LinkedIn profile can be put there so that they can find you on LinkedIn. And then you have the other aspects, the subheadings that should be on your CV are a personal statement, okay, where you describe yourself briefly, and then should be followed by another subheading that's your educational education and qualifications, or you can put it as educational qualifications. Okay, it's meant to be education and qualifications. Okay, and then you have the next subheading as work history, okay, where you talk about the role you have held in every organization and when was the time that you worked in that organization. Then you have another subheading as voluntary experience, another one as professional memberships, another one as skills and core competencies, another one as extra activities and interests, and the last one as references. What is important for me to mention at this point in time, that it has to follow this order. For example, you cannot start your CV by having your name, address, mobile number, email, and LinkedIn, and then you decide to start with your education and qualifications. No, you have to start with your personal statements. Okay, so let's pretend that this side of the whiteboard is our A4 paper. Okay, so on your CV you want to have your name. Let's form a name now, and that name will be Sarah John Smith. Okay, so your name would be the first thing to see on your CV, Sarah John Smith, and that's it. The next thing there, ladies and gentlemen, would be to have your address. Okay, so let's say this Sarah John Smith lives at 161 Spencer Avenue, okay, Essex. Postcode RM1 1XY, United Kingdom. As you can see, we have the name and the address on the CV. The next thing that should be followed by is the mobile number, email, and the LinkedIn profile. So that you have your mobile 070 mobile number, email, you have Sarah Smith at gmail.com. LinkedIn, www. Then you put your LinkedIn profile on there, and that's so. If we get hold of your CV in that recruitment agency, immediately we can know this CV belongs to Sarah John Smith. She lives at this address. Oh, we need to give her a call because we need to get her in for the interview. The mobile number is right on the CV. The email is there if we have to send an email. And then if we want to know more about Sarah John Smith, we can go right there by clicking on the LinkedIn profile and we can see more about Sarah John Smith. Okay, that's how to start your CV. After this is done, the next thing you want to have, or the first sub-heading that you want to have on your CV, is a personal statement. On this personal statement of yours, you want to describe who you are in terms of education. You want to describe who you are professionally. You want to describe a bit of your core competencies. So for example, you could start that part by saying a master's degree holder in nursing, or a bachelor's degree holder in management and business administration, or a higher national diploma holder in logistics. And then you have to describe yourself. You have to say how passionate. I'm talking about a personal statement. It's very important to talk about your passion and how enthusiastic you are in your professional life. So I am enthusiastic about customer services. That CV would be good when you are applying for a customer service role. Okay, you're applying for a nursing role. I am enthusiastic and passionate about healthy living. Okay, so you have to describe all of that in there. In the personal statement as well, a tip is for you to describe yourself as being emotionally intelligent. And when you describe yourself as being emotionally intelligent in the personal statement, you are saying that you have high levels of self-management, self-awareness, relationship management, and social awareness. And all that should go in the personal statement. So you talk about your education. A master's holder or a BS, a Bachelor of Science holder in philosophy, who is passionate about delivery of excellent services. Furthermore, as an emotionally intelligent leader, or as an emotionally intelligent human, or as an emotionally intelligent professional, I possess high level of self-management, self-awareness, relationship management, and social awareness. Then you end this personal statement by saying things about where your passion lies. My key areas of interest, or my key passion are working in international development, logistics, finance, and whatever. So that's how to talk about the personal statement. I'm sure if you rewind this part of this video, you can listen to me again, pardon me, and you can write a good personal statement. Now let's go to the next subheading. You have the education and qualifications. Here you have to list from the most recent. So from the most recent school, year, and qualifications. So in 2019 August, let's say I'm writing a CV, and let's say my last qualification was achieved in April 2019. That will start. Maybe a higher national diploma, University of Greenwich. You put the year, and then you put the qualifications. So rather, it will be University of Greenwich, 2019, higher national diploma. And then you state it, each of the educational qualifications you have. Remember, you start from the most current qualifications that you state here. Then you go to work history. In the work history, there's a little bit of work there, because for every working experience that you have to describe your role, the organization, and the date. For example, you have work history there, then you would say something like logistics officer, ABC Limited, March 2018 to February 2019. And then you would describe in details what you did as the logistics officer in ABC Limited. And once that is done, you go to the next job before that. And that could be that you were logistics assistant. And then you go, logistics assistant, XYZ Limited, March 2016 to June 2017. So you start from your most recent job, working it down. Remember, in the work history, you have to mention the role in the header of each work job done. You have to mention the role, the organization, and the date. So, for example, for me right now, I would say lecturer, Saxion University of Applied Sciences, and the date that I started till present. So for your first one, if you're still working in the organization, it will show the date when you started until present. And that's you will do for all your work history. Volunteering experience is very important so that employers can see other areas of interest that you have. It could be that you have volunteered for the British Red Cross or for the British Heart Foundation, or come on, so many volunteering organizations around the world, charity organizations around the world, and you have to put that there. When you put that there, you also follow the format of something like maybe role, fundraiser, British Heart Foundation, and then the date. Okay, so talk about professional membership. Talking about professional membership there, do you belong to any professional organization? For example, ACCA, if you're an accountant. For example, the Chartered Management Institute. For example, the Institute of Administrative Management UK. And there's a whole lot of professional organizations. You have to list them there, membership. For example, Fellow, Institute of Chartered Accountants, Tanzania. And you put the date for the membership there. That's good to see on CV. And then you get to the next subheading for skills and core competencies. Here you have to list all your skills and competencies, from time management to stakeholders management to ICT compliance to being emotionally intelligent to customer service management. Name it. All your core competencies, you have to put them in here. Okay? Strategic relationship management. Core competencies will vary from what education or studies that we have enrolled in at one point or the other. And lastly, you have your extra activities and interest. Could be swimming, could be playing tennis, could be that you like to travel and see seaside towns, could be that you love to play chess, okay? Could be that you like to donate and for international charity organizations. Could be that. Okay, could be that you love to be part of international development. All of extra activities and interest you put in that header, and then you have references as the last header. And when you have references, you can just simply write references will be made available upon request. Mind you, all of these are headings. When I say all of these are headings, I mean personal statement would be an heading, and under it you will write about yourself. Educational qualifications will be an heading, and under it you will write about each school, the year you attended that school, and the qualifications you got from that school. Okay? A work history is another sub-heading, and under that one you would write about the role, the organization, and the date, and so on and so forth. One important thing that I'd like to say before I end this video is that on your CV, as you would see here, I didn't put my nationality. Okay? Pardon my language, but that's bollocks. We don't need to know about your nationality on your CV. Or you put about your state of origin, country of origin. No, we don't want to know where you're from on your CV, because that does not promote equal opportunities. We don't want to know if you're European or African or Chinese or black or white. No, what we want to know are these things that I have listed here. Also, if you note that in this CV, I didn't put maybe you are male or female, because that also does not promote gender equality. So on your CV, please stop putting your nationality, stop putting your gender, and stop putting your religion. All these things do not promote equal opportunities. So if you are applying for jobs in organizations that comply with international best practices, they don't want to know about your gender, they don't want to know about your religion, they don't want to know about your nationality, but they want to know your name. They want to have your address so that they can send you a mail. They want to have your email, mobile number, and they want to have these things. But they don't want to judge you based on your nationality or your gender or your religion. Again, those do not promote equal opportunities, and those do not celebrate diversity. So let's stop putting all this on our CV. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure that I have forgotten anything, but effective CV writing. Please put this into practice. Something to have. There's a lot of argument going on there. 2-page CV, 1-page CV. Well, all I would say is that you follow this structure. If you have worked for about 12 years and you have a whole lot of experience from one organization to the other, you have to put all that on your CV. How can you put that on a 2-page CV? How can you put on a 2-page CV and really explain what you did in each organization? Remember I said you've worked in about 6 organizations. You have to explain your role in each of these organizations. So I'm not a fan of a 2-page CV, 1-page CV. Okay, fresh graduate who does not have any working experience might be able to come up with a 1-page or 2-page CV, but not somebody who has a lot of work experience. Yeah, my concern, or professionally, I think this standard should be your CV consists of the following. Some may argue that in this part of your CV you can put a picture, like a passport photograph picture of yourself. Again, I say maybe that does not promote equal opportunities, because someone can say, oh, I don't want someone who's got a pointed nose for that role, then I'm not taking them. Oh, it's got a afro here. I don't want to employ somebody who's got an afro here. So I think keep it this structure, and then I think you have a good CV and you will get the job. Also, the last thing from me about this video is that a CV is a live document, which means you don't write your CV and say, that's my CV. You have to update your CV. Maybe you go for a new CPD course, Continuous Professional Development course. You have to come back on your CV and put that on your CV. So a CV is something that we update from time to time. Also, I can advise you, if you're listening to this, you can use this structure as well to fill up your LinkedIn profile. And then organizations can already find you themselves. So, okay then, thank you very much. I think that will be it today. And I think that was the video, effective CV writing, done. Thank you very much. Please, if you've got feedback for us at iDPS, send us an email at info@idpsconsults.com. We love to serve you better. We love to educate you more. So we'd like to get your feedback again, info@idpsconsults.com. You know that I will not go until I talk about my passion. My passion is that Africa must develop. So are you an African anywhere in the world? Keep doing everything to promote the African unity, and keep doing everything to make sure Africa must develop. Thank you. So this is where we end it today. In English language, thank you. In Dutch language, thank you all. Yoruba language from Nigeria, West Africa, Esheo. Bye.